Hello, people. Hang on a minute.
Hello, people.
Hang on a minute. That the troll calling me again today. Mind you, someone else answered my phone earlier. I had a friend round here. I said, answer that first, mate. He goes, no one's answering. I said, yeah, it's troll. I said, he'd probably ring back. Funny enough, the troll rang back. I was going, hello? Hello? He goes, I said, just hit the button. Ignore them. So I've been out and about today. I was given a little tip yesterday. I was down in Colliers Wood looking for some bits and pieces as usual, but not, Colliers Wood is the first time I went down there actually. Used to be a place where I used to live, and while I was down near St George's Hospital, there's some big kind of like glass cabinets, and I thought, God, they look interesting. Mind you, I wouldn't be able to go at the moment because there's no possible way I would have been able to bring them home because they're bloody big, massive things, yeah. But I was just like kind of admiring them. And two guys walked up and started looking at them, and he goes, "Yeah, I think they might be all right." He goes, "That's talking between each other." I said, "What, are you interested in them, mate?" He goes, "Why are you?" I said, "Nah." I said, "They're nice, but I ain't going to be able to take them home. I ain't got no taking them home." I said, "You know, you take them, mate." I said, "I'm after like scrap, like electronics." He goes, "Oh yeah." I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Well, I'll tell you what, I've got a little tip here, yeah." He goes, "There's a shop up the road, right?" And I was talking to the geezer in there, and he's got a lot of old light transformers in there. He was going to give them to me, but if you want them, you can have them. I said, "Oh, sure." He goes, "Yeah." I said, "I don't want to be taking anything, that you want yourself." He goes, "No, it's all right." He goes, "If you want to just go and ask him." I think they might be shut now, though, so you might have to go tomorrow. So anyway, today I went down there, and I spoke to some guy, but, he doesn't know anything about it. He goes, the person you need to speak to just left 10 minutes ago. So I thought, fuck it, So, he's come back tomorrow, Friday. He should be in. I think he said tomorrow, Friday. Yeah, tomorrow, Friday, should be around. So I said, all right, I might get down here. If I can't, I can't, I said, "How long you be here for?" He goes, "Oh, we'll probably be about another week." So I said, "Well, right, okay, that's fair enough. If I can't make it tomorrow, I'll come down next week." So anyway, I could have gone down there earlier, but I couldn't because I had to wait in for my electrician to come and do my light switch in the bathroom. The pulley had broken again, so he fixed that. And I kept telling him I'm not happy with the actual fluorescent lighting, that long big one. I said, like, the top bit keeps falling off. I'm worried that the light might blow and shatter. And, and then if it don't blow and shatter, those fluorescent bulbs are bloody expensive, I said, with them lights in the bathroom, which I would like to get, I can get one of those for a couple of quid. On eBay, I was looking at those particular fluorescent tubing, and they're like about 15, 20 quid. He goes, "Oh, yeah, I know." He goes, "They are really expensive." I said, "Well, I can't afford that on what money I get." So I said, "Is there any chance you can put, one of the small ones in?" He goes, "Well, I don't have none in." I said, "Well, I've already told them, like last time, when you came down, I wanted the fitting completely changed." And he goes, "Well, so much. I ain't got one what you want, the poly type one, yeah. I do have an LED one. I can put LED one up if you want." I said, "Well, how big is it?" He goes, "Oh, only like a round one." So I said, He goes, "Don't we go and get one and I'll show you?" So I said, "You're all right." So he went down and came back up, and it's like over in the UK, a lot of them are used outside, but some people do use them inside. And he showed me. I said, "Yeah, that'd be fine, as long as it's a fucking light. I just don't want one of those long bloody fluorescent ones again." So he changed that over. And I said, "What happens if the LEDs start blowing?" And he goes, "Well, they start blowing, your lights will keep flickering, and that means you'll have to get someone down here and change it over again. So it'll probably be me, but you'll have to make an appointment." So he goes, but, you know, they don't normally go, you know, within the first year, you know, they're pretty good. So I said, all right, then put one of them up. So he did. Then I went out down to Collieswood and spoke to the guy. And after speaking to the guy in Collieswood, you know, about the transformers, light transformers and stuff like that, I said, funny enough, I just had an electrician up at my house doing lights, and there's me talking to you about lights. He goes, yeah, funny world, isn't it? I said, yeah. I went, all right, okay, I'll come back probably tomorrow if I can. If I can't, it'll be next week. I was all right. So anyway, I was walking around for about an hour, and I come across some guy. Well, the guy was walking around in his like front yard, and you know, I've been looking at, you know, getting a bike, you know, because I can't keep walking. You know, it's giving me blisters. My knees giving me a lot of pain as well. So I thought, you know, maybe I can get a second-hand bike or something, you know. And there's this guy, you know, and he had 3 bikes in his garden for sale. I said, hey, mate, funny that you got 3 bikes here. I've been looking for a bike, you know. There's a guy across the road from me who sells bike, but I don't think, you know, he's that trustworthy. You know, he does look car boots, but, you know, I see you got a couple of bikes there for sale. He goes, yeah, do you want to have a look at them? So I said, yeah, okay. No, he had 3, right? He had 2 for 50 quid and another one for 30 quid, yeah. No, I didn't have I had the money on me, but I actually drew some out of my bank and made myself overdraft, which is a stupid thing to do, but, you know, as long as I get my money when it's supposed to come in, I won't get any kind of like interest added on. So anyway, I'd like 30 quid on me, and I wouldn't really wanted to spend more than 20, 25 quid for it, you know, kind of thing. So I looked at one bike. I said, them 2 are at my price range. And I'm looking at this like 30 quid one. And I said, can I give you a test ride, mate? He goes, yeah, sure. I said, look, here's my phone, you know. I said, look, it's got my bank card and, you know, stuff like that in there, so I'm not going to ride off. You know, you got something there like security. So he goes, you're all right, mate, fair enough. So he took my phone, and I gave it a quick test run, and it was okay, but the back wheel kept rubbing on the back mud guard. And he must have been about 65, 70 years old, this guy, yeah. And his son was probably about in his late 40s, coming up to 50-year-old. So the other guy must have been about 65, 70. So I'm testing it out. And they said, oh, you know, just like, you know, bend the mud guard out a little bit, that'd be okay. So we kind of like bent it around a little bit, and it started working okay. And I said, yeah, you know, don't say anything bad. But I said, it's the price, mate. I said, you wouldn't take 20 for it, would you? He goes, oh, no, I can't do that. He goes, I'll meet you halfway, 25. And I said, okay, 25. So I gave him 25 quid, right? I've gotten the bike. I'm riding home. And guess what happens? The fucking back brake goes on me, don't it? The crack, clink. What the fuck? So I've got off. I'm trying to find out what the problem is. And I'm only like about a mile away, but, you know, walking a mile takes about 20 minutes. So I'm tinkering around with it for, you know, 10, 15 minutes. Little old lady comes along. She goes, oh, hello, love. What's the matter? I said, I just got this bike. And she goes, oh, that's a lovely bike. I said, yeah, it ain't too bad. I said, the thing is, I've just got the bike. You know, although it's second-hand, you know, you're going to have a little fault with it, but my bloody back brake just broke. Oh, no, my love. She goes, poor so-and-so you. I said, yeah. She goes, well, can't you get a van and take it home? I said, no, I don't drive. She goes, don't you know anyone with a van? I said, no. She goes, how about getting a taxi? I said, nope, got no money for a taxi. I spent the money on the bike. Oh dear, she goes, poor love. She goes, hang a minute, let's ask this person coming up. There's this girl coming up on the bike. And some old lady goes, hey love, do you know anything about brakes on bikes? No, sorry. I just ride them. I don't know anything about bikes. Well, what's wrong? Brake's gone. No, sorry, I can't help you. Right, don't worry. So I said to the lady, I said, look, what I'm going to do is take it back, because it's only about a mile, 20-minute walk. And I just asked for my money back kind of thing, And I had these boxes, I found some boxes and I'd already tied them all on and they get sliding around and everything, being a bit of a pain in the fucking ass. So I kept them on there and I walked the bike. So, even when I tried riding it, somehow I got a puncture. Now, when I bought the bike, the actual tyre was kind of a little bit down, but it pumped up there. But whatever happened, I don't know. It's where the actual mud guard was, rubbing on the thing and probably pierced the tyre and then cut into the actual inner tube. But I didn't know that until I got down to where the church was, so I could take the boxes off, hide the boxes because I like these plastic boxes. Yeah. I don't know if you watch one guy, I can't remember what his name is, Vid something. He goes around on a moped with a box on his bike rack here. So that's what my plan was, to put these the box on the bike rack, tie it down, so when I go out, on the bike, I can put the stuff in the box kind of thing behind me. Well, I took them off, hid them in the cemetery, and then I had to walk about another half mile, 3/4 mile. What the fuck was my phone doing that for? So I walked about another 3/4 mile, got down to the place. Shut up, fucking phone. Brand new batteries in here. I don't know what's wrong with that. So I got back down to the guy's house, and he was still out in the garden. And I said to him, "Hello, mate." I said, "I'm sorry, but I've had to return your bike." He goes, "What?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "I'm riding home, and all of a sudden, the back brake went on me. I don't know what's happened. I've looked down, and the cable looks like it's snapped, but it wasn't actually snapped. It's the way they actually made the bike. I'll tell you a little bit about that in a minute." So he goes, "Oh no," I said, "and also the tire's gone down." He goes, "How can it have gone down? We pumped that up." He goes, "It's been pumped up for a couple of, near enough a week." I said, "Well, we've got a slow puncher, mate, and I'm sitting on it, putting pressure onto it. It's going to make the puncher, even worse, I suppose. Or it could be where the actual wheel has been rubbing on the actual mud guard, and that could have pierced it. I don't know." I said, "Ain't my fault, I've only had the bike for about an hour, and I've already got problems with it." So his son was standing there listening. And he goes, "Well, what do you want to do?" I said, "Well, I ain't too happy about it, to be honest with you. I'm thinking about getting my money back unless you can fix it." So the guy did give me the money back, but he said, "Well, before you go, let's see if we can sort it out for you, because you sound like a nice enough guy. We ain't going to charge you any extra. Let's see if we can sort it out." Well, actually, they did. They managed to fix the brake. That's working, and the actual tire, I still weren't too sure what was wrong with it, because they did pump it up, but it started going down again. And I said, "See what I mean? It is going down." He goes, Yeah. He goes, "I can see what you mean. It could have had a slow puncher, and where you've been sitting on it, the pressure's made it worse." So what they'd done, they didn't have a spare inner tube, but they had another wheel, which had already got the inner tube and the tire on it. So they bought that out, swapped it over, pumped it up, and made sure the actual mudguard wasn't rubbing. Got all that sorted out as well, because he got some tweezers and really kind of opened it up so the wheel's not touching the actual mudguard anymore. The only thing that is rather annoying is that the left pedal, when you're riding, it's making a cracking noise. And I said to him, "The bike's working okay now. The brake's working. It just needs a little bit more adjustment." And I have noticed that the actual brake pads do need replacing. Now I can take hopefully my old ones off, because I do have a bike on the balcony, but that bike I've had for years, and it's kind of all rusted up around the chain. The gears are completely fucked on them. Both tires are flat as like anything. Both with punches in, I believe, as well. So that's why I did need another bike, because if I was to get my one repaired, it would have cost too much money. So it would have cost me a couple of hundred probably to get a bike that originally cost me 130 quid to be repaired. So anyway, I got it all working, and I was able to ride it home without any more flat tires. No more brakes breaking. But when I showed him where what I thought was where the cable split, it isn't. What it is that the cable that came apart actually goes from one side of the brake to the other side through the brake, through this like a little kind of like nut which has got a hole in it. And what's happened is that somehow, where I've been using the brake to like stop all of a sudden, it's just probably loosened and came out. That's what I heard, like thinking it was snapping, but it wasn't. So because I thought like, no mate, look, you can see it snapped. He goes, it's not snapped, it's not snapped. He goes, look at the front. So I looked at the front, and the guy was right. I said, okay, fair enough. You're right, I'm wrong. He goes, no, don't worry about it, mate. I said, look, I don't know fuck all about bikes. So if we can fix it, then I'll give you the money back in, and I can take the bike. And that's what happened. Got the bike working again. Got home, had my dinner, and I should be going out later tomorrow and another little ride. I just put like the boxes. I actually went back to the cemetery because I had to go past her anyway, and I had to tie these boxes on here. These these plastic ones, which I found before originally the bike broke down. But I managed to get them back, and I tied them all on, but they kept sliding around everywhere, but I did manage to tighten enough to get home with. And what I've done now is I've taken them off. I've cut some holes in them and put it on the bike rack. Then I used like 4 zip ties to actually hold the actual box on. All I've got to do now is hunt around for my puncher outfit, which I know I've got one somewhere. A pump. I had to find that, or go up to the Poundland shop and buy a pump. Get some bike lights for it. I was looking on my bike out there earlier. I've got 2 padlocks on there. One is a combination one, and one is a key. Now, I don't know where the key is, but the combination one, I just sat there mucking around with it for a few minutes, and suddenly I got it open, and I actually realised that it's a number that I normally used on that bike, and it's just lucky enough I was able to remember it. So otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to use it, and I would have had to got myself a new fucking bike padlock. But my bloody leg's been hurting today. So I've got the padlock sorted out. All what I need now is bike lights, a pump, puncher outfit. I don't really bother with the actual things you put on your trousers, to stop your trousers getting caught up in the chain, which has happened to me many times years ago. So I just tuck the trousers into my sock now. But yeah, I'll be going out, and the good thing with a bike though is that I can do like, when I'm walking around, if I'm like walking around a particular area, it takes me like an hour, just to check it out, because I'm walking up all these roads, and I can't do both sides of the roads. And if I do, it's going to take me even longer. So what I normally do, I'll go up one side of the road, then I turn off and go up another road, then I turn off and go up another road. Then the next day I'll probably do the same roads, but on the opposite side. But now I can actually use my bike and just go up and down, then back up and turn, and just like do it that way. It's going to be a lot easier and quicker for me. I can probably do like a hell of a lot more searching on a push bike. I'll tell you that for one thing. Yeah. All I've got to do is like when I'm riding along the pathway, keeping an eye on anyone's like trash. I can be standing up and peeking over, unless it's like low walls. But I've been meaning, over the last 3-4 months, I've been thinking I need a bike. I need a bike. I need a bike. I've even gone across the road and spoke to the guy over there, who I don't really trust, to be honest with you. He does a lot of car boot fairs, yeah. And if anything did go wrong with the bike, I could take it over to him and fix it. But it just seems like a bit of a weirdo, kind of thing. So and I remember asking him a year ago, right, how much would he sell me a bike? And he said about 15 quid, yeah. When I asked him a few months ago, he's doubled it, 30, 35 quid. And I thought, nah, fuck that, I ain't paying that much for a bike. But I was lucky to get one for 25 today. So I've just put it on Facebook, a picture of it. So, it's a red one. It's a hand rock make. Looking on eBay how much hand rocks are. And they're bloody expensive, man. You're talking about a couple of £100 for a hand rock. So I think I might have done myself a good deal, actually. Let me just check on them again. Hand rock. Hand rock. Hand rock push bike. The starting bids, between 10, 20 quid. These ones that start in the bid is like collection. There's no way I would be able to collect them. There is one here. It's a motorized one, actually, which looks pretty cool. It's a cycle motor engine kit. It's a kit. And I want 82 quid for that. No way. I was looking at motorised bikes, actually. Fuck me, man. You're talking about 400 quid for them. But no, I've been checking out how much these bikes are. And these were like about, even second hand, you're talking about 50 to like 100, 120 pound. Some of them are like 50 pound, 80 pound, 90 pound, and they all like collection. You have to go and collect damn things. But I did say to the guy who I bought my one from, if I go back down that way, which I will do, next week probably. If he's around, I'll just let him know how the bike's getting on. I was actually thinking about spraying my bike black as well. Actually, the red's not too bad, but I think red is more of a garish colour. But hey, I've seen a lot of guys, ride reddish bikes. I don't know if you can see on my phone. Actually, I'll show you a picture of it on my phone. That's it there. No, good you can see that. That purple thing is my washing line. And that green and white is where I've actually tied on plastic box onto the actual bike rack. So I can store stuff in it when I go out. Sorry, Mr. Trolley, you can't ring my number. I've got to put my phone on charge again. So I've been meaning to get a bike. I'd love to get a moped, actually. But fuck me, man, you're talking well over £1,000 for a moped. Right, Susan here. Hello, Ian, David, and Phil. Just ride your bike there. Ride my bike where? I'm going to be riding my bike everywhere, to be honest with you. No, I've got one. You know, so say I've got one on the balcony, but it would have cost me way too much money to get it repaired. You know, the gears were completely shot. You know, every time I tried riding it, my gears would keep sliding around, you know. And when I slide in, I'm trying to stand up, I kind of like falling on the seat and bashing my ghoulies in, you know, kind of thing. Not only that, now, because it's been on the balcony so long, you know, with all the weather, you know, the spokes are rusted up, the chain, you know, it's all rusty. Both wheels are completely flat as hell. The only thing I could take off there if I need it, which I will do, is probably change the seat over. So I think the seat on my one is a bit more comfortable. But I'll have to check that first because it might be a bit manky. The handlebars, you know, if I ever need spare handlebars, I could use those, I suppose. The brakes, you know, the actual brake pads I can take off and use if I need those. I think I will actually take off the back ones off the old bike and put them on this one actually, because I think the one on my old bike is still, you know, got quite a bit of brake shoe on them, you know, the actual plastic padding kind of thing, you know. I think they're still pretty new actually, so I probably might change them over. And the main thing I'm going to be changing over is the actual pedals, because like the left pedal on his bike is like fucking like click, 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 click. And you know, the guys did actually, you know, I said, look, you know, I appreciate that you fixed the brakes and you changed the wheel over and, you know, pumped up the tyre, and that seems okay now at the moment. Yeah, I can only tell if it's going to be okay when I start riding it home. But there is another little issue which I've got to tell you about. It goes, what's that? I said, there's some kind of clicking. I don't know if it's coming from the wheel or if it's somewhere else on the bike. I said, get on it and test it out yourself. He goes, all right then. So he jumps on it and he rides up the fucking road. I thought he was going to come off twice. You know? He's like, wiggle, wiggle, like, you know, like a fucking rattlesnake kind of thing, wiggling around. You know, I thought he was going to actually crash into a tree as well, actually. But he, you know, he managed to, like, you know, straighten up. He stopped. His turning was worse than mine, but you know, coming back is a bit more straighter than going up the hill. Well, we went a hill actually. You know, he came back better than when he went up the road. You know, he came back better, and he said, "Yeah, actually, I can hear that. I think it is the actual pedal." So he looks at it. He goes, "Well, it's a bit rusty." So I said, "Well, you got anything you can, like, you know, put on there? Because it, you know, it might get a little bit annoying listening to that going home." So they tried to squirt on some WD-40 on it actually, but the WD-40 fucking push button bit was knackered and it kept falling off. But I did manage to get a little bit on there. But I've actually got some in the kitchen actually, so I'm going to give it a quick spray myself later. And if that doesn't cure it, then I'll have to change over the actual pedals from my bike and put them on this bike. I won't put the ones, if I take these ones off, I won't put them back on my other bike. So, you know, I'm just going to like strip that down and, you know, probably like throw it away. The only thing I'll probably keep off it is the frame, because the frame's in really good nick still. The seat, the handlebars, but the wheels, you know, I might probably just throw away. I might ask the guy down the road actually, because he does, like, you know, he's pretty good at bikes. You know, and ask him if he could like look at it and, you know, probably do some repair work. But the problem is like cost again, you know, and I don't really want to have two bikes anyway. So I might just leave it in there and like use it as spares if I ever need spare parts off it. But yeah, fun day. I told the guy, when I went back there to get the actual brake sorted out, I said, look, I practically nearly came off that damn thing. And if I had done, I would have been like all cut up and everything. So lucky I was able to control the actual bike before it did go fucking on the floor. But they didn't say, because the thing what caught, I was a bit kind of like suspicious about, right? Even before I bought the bike, the old guy goes to me, "Oh yeah, this is my bike. I've had this for many years now, kind of thing, and it's been well looked after and everything, right?" So I thought, yeah, okay, fair enough, But when I handed the money over to him the first time, yeah, because when I took it back, he did give me the money back, but he said, "Well, hang on, just before we go, let's see when we fix it." But the first time, right, he said that it was his bike, but then later he said, "Well, actually, I bought this bike for like 20 quid, at a car boot fair, and I've kind of like done it up and kept it clean, kind of thing. So I'm only making a fiver." I thought, well, you said it was your bike. So unless he bought a car, at a car bike, unless he bought it at a car boot fair for himself, and he has had the bike for some time, I don't know. But I know he's got more bikes, because when I first saw the guy, he had 3 bikes there, yeah, 2 at 50, and the one which I've got. Now, when I did take it back here, he had actually marked the price down on one of the other bikes from 50 down to 40. And, when I talk about I was having problems with him, I said, well, why don't you just give me one of them bikes? Oh, no, I can't, because, that's more money, and, it ain't my bike, so his bike, his son's bike. And I said, well, will you take 25 quid for your one? He goes, no, I can't do that, mate. I need 40 for it, It was 50, but I've knocked it down to tenner. So I thought, well, unless you can get this one working, I need my money back. And they did give me the money back, as I say, but they kind of like, said, let's just see if we can get it working, and if we can get it working, then, you've got yourself a bike then, haven't you? So, yeah, so, he did get it working. I gave him the money back. Kind of happy with it being repaired. But, like, if you bought like a brand new bike, for instance, yeah, and you took it back, they wouldn't repair it straight away. You'd be fucking waiting like days before you get the bike back, or, you'd have to go through all that issues of getting refunded and going looking for another bike, kind of thing. And this one ain't too bad, although it's like a reddish colour. But we just have to see how it goes, I suppose. It's taking the piss though. I said, look, I've only had the bike an hour. He goes, really? I thought you had it a week. I said, no, fuck off. He goes, no, we ain't joking. I said, fucking right. I said, no, I've had it about an hour and it's fucked up on me already. Well, things do happen, mate. They said that it's been standing outside, for quite a while. And it's only because they started to sell some of the stuff. But when I did take it back and they was fixing it, I did notice another bike out there, more of a kiddie's bike, like a little BMX kind of thing, and they was asking like 25 quid for that. I thought, fucking hell, man, how many more bikes has he got? So, I don't know. They go around, buying bikes up from car boot fairs and, getting them cheap and knocking them out a little bit more money, which is no problem with that, I just hoping the fucking bike ain't stolen or something, because I know where the guy lives. And if it ever does, if I get pulled over and, they say that bike's nicked, I'm going to say, well, I can tell you where I got it from. Take me there, I'll fucking show you where I got it from. I don't think it is nicked, because you wouldn't have it fucking like out in the garden, full view, with a busy main road. I think what they might have done is just like they bought them from like car boot fairs and they fixed them up and trying to make a few quid on them, I suppose. Steve, we're removing the ability to message directly on YouTube after September. What you mean, like when you send me those little messages through YouTube? They're not going to stop the chat, are they? They're going to keep the chat. I think it's like, you know, when you send me a private message, they might be stopping out. I don't know. So I don't know. You mean like they're going to remove the chat, you know, where everyone's sitting there talking with each other, or the ability when you send me those private messages? Is it that one, or is it where, you know, the chat line? I don't know. I ain't kept up with it. Oh man, I tell you, I've been so bloody warm out over the last couple of days, walking so fucking far. I must have walked about 8 miles yesterday. I've come home, my feet were killing me. I practically like, I've got to get some food. So I had something to eat, and I had a coffee, and I'm fucking practically sitting here, you know, half dead. So I'm hoping now, you know, with a push bike, you know, it's not going to be so tiring. You know, you're going to use energy, you know, pedaling away. Yeah, of course you are. But at least you're going to get, you know, from A to B a lot fucking quicker. And I think this gear, that bike's got 14 gears, because it's got 14 gears, I think. It's just a shame that they closed down the hangouts here. Can't get you on in there, can I? To moderate. Still, Alicia out there on the side chat, moderating still. Good old William. Oh God. You seriously need to get on it. My sister's only go at me on Facebook. I don't know. I still owe me my money. Fucking hell. She paid for that fridge freezer. Gave me the money for that. I didn't start paying over for that yet. Oh God, life sucks, man. It sucks. Hey, this bike looks like the one I've got. But that's a woman's one with a red, pink cross on the seat. Ew. Starting bid. Actually, the bike now £10. £10. But they live in Big Cup. Big Cup? Yeah, someone thought back in Big Cup in England. I don't know what the fuck that is. Oh, I see so many bikes, you know. I actually saw a bike the other day, just laying there on the ground, but both wheels had it looked like someone had been on a accident, because both the wheels were like all bent up, you know, kind of thing. Well, fucking hell, man. Just leave your bike, you know, practically on the road. Why don't you? But I reckon if that was an accident, you know, whoever's bike that was, they'd probably be able to get that. If it's insured, You'll probably be able to get that money back. So yeah, what I want to do now is get a basket for the front of the. I know it probably look a bit weird, but this guy riding only one today actually. He had like a bike rack on the back, and one of those like front weed basket things at the front. His bike looked a bit like this actually. I'll show you the link. If you look at this bike here, the guy was riding the bike similar to that. Bike rack at the back. Now my bike rack hasn't got the bit, the springy bit at the back. It's just like a flat bit, yeah. Now that's the one I really wanted to get. Try to get a bike with a spring back. So that's something I'm going to be looking at maybe next month. And the actual front basket, I don't know. But I know one thing I do need is a fucking stand on my bike. I think I've got one on the balcony. I'll have to check tomorrow. So if I have got one, then I'm gonna like probably take that off. Let me see. If I copy that picture. What folder did I put that in? Shit, alright. Save image. Put it on desktop. So I can't remember where you put the stand on the bike. I know it's right next to the bloody pedals, but I'm not sure how you connect it.
Walking along here.
Oh. Where's that picture saved then? I just right clicked and saved it to desktop. And it didn't save. Try again. That one there. Open with. Alright, let's get the zoom. Oh yeah, it looks like an easy one. What you do is where the actual the frame is, where your pedals are, you just put it on the frame, going from where the pedal to the where your wheel goes on. Well, big all I just saw in the corner of my DVR. Yeah, I've got one on my other bike, so I might be able to take that off. I'm glad I've got that other fucking like padlock, because otherwise I'd have to buy a padlock, and padlocks are around about, a decent one's about 15 quid. Now my one, what I've got is a combination one, a 4-digit combination. Some people say they're quite easy to hack, but I will get another one later, probably like 6-digit one, or even just like I have got one on there still, with a normal padlock, a key one. Phil, listen here, yeah. I've not been metal detecting for ages. And the places I go to, I have permission. So yeah, when I do go to the place I have permission, right, I actually do cover up my holes. Okay? And what's it to you anyway? What I do metal detecting? It's not breaking the law. Because if it's breaking the law, why the fuck is there so many people doing it? There's billions of people metal detecting, right? And I don't do it in a local park either. I do it on common land, public land, where I've got permission. If I don't have permission, I won't do it. And I've not been metal detecting for at least, I say, 3 months. And the last time I went was with Alan, and we got permission to metal detect where we go. So I don't know what you're bitching about. Give you a fucking bad name. You don't know what you're fucking talking about. Do you even have permission digging at a local park? I don't dig in local fucking parks. Never have done, never will do. Even if it's like a collab with people, like, you know, on social media saying, oh, let's go all meet up and do metal detecting. Unless they got permission to metal detect that area, I won't go. And if they have got permission, then great. And as I say, I always cover my holes up. I don't leave them fucking, you know, open up so people go and fucking trip over their asses. So, you know, just shut the fuck up because you're just being an arsehole. And yeah, I think I will block your ass because you're just being a dumbass. So I'll tell you, right, I had the same kind of comment from a person a couple of weeks ago and I blocked him. So now I'm going to block you because you're just being a fucking idiot. I bet you don't even fucking metal detect either. I bet you don't even know what a fucking metal detector looks like. I bet you, and then you've got one, I bet you wouldn't even know how to fucking operate the damn thing. Just being fucking arseholes. I can't believe you uploaded this video. Really? What dickweed. I need to go to that video and block him off. Oh, and that is a park, right? Yeah, that's a park. And I did have permission to actually do that park. So I spoke to the caretaker who actually looks after that park. So I actually bought the metal detector and I walked up there and I saw the guy, you know, doing some weeding. And I said to him, are you the groundsman here? He goes, yeah. I said, look, I've just bought this, you know, is there any chance I can have a quick, you know, muck around with it just to see if I like it or not because it's brand new. You know, metal detecting is something I fancy doing. And if I, you know, I just want to give it a go, you know, your closest area, you know, to me. And he goes, yeah, you know, go ahead, mate. You know, just don't make too much of a mess. I said, no, I'm just going to do it in this little area. So he goes, yeah, knock yourself out. So you know, you're just a fucking idiot. You know, I always make sure I've got fucking permission before I start fucking going places. Fucking arseholes. Ian, this is the one he's talking about, yeah? This park I did. That's the park I did. When was that? Hell, he's talking like fucking last year, 2018. What a fucking arsehole, man. Such a dickweed. People really need to get a fucking knife and stop trying to stir shit up, you know, and you know, why don't you fucking go and ring them up? I'll try to get them phone number if you like. Try to find out who the guy was and you can actually talk to him personally, I'll guarantee you would turn around and say, yeah, well, if he was there milk detecting, then yeah, I would have probably gave him permission, because the guy's there usually, 3 or 4 times a fucking week. So he looks after that area. He keeps all the bushes trimmed. He does the gardening, or the weeding, and all that kind of stuff. And I was only there for fucking 15 minutes anyway. I've got other places I can go milk detect. Well, I have got permission. I don't do that little part, because I only done it once just to test the fucking milk detector out. I don't know. But he's sitting there laughing his ass off. Now, a lot of upsets, Steve. Probably the dick who's been fucking ringing me up all the time as well. I'm going to get the cunt confused now. Yeah, that's confusing. He'd probably go on every one of my videos where I'm milk detecting and say, hey, did you have permission there? People like you shouldn't milk detect because you don't cover up your holes. If he looked at some of my videos where I've actually been metal detecting, you'd clearly hear me say, guys, please cover up your holes when you dig. Because if someone walks along and, you haven't covered your hole up and they trip over, they're seriously going to injure themselves. So please make sure you cover your holes up. I said it on many of my fucking videos. He's just been a fucking dick, Ian. He is. He's just been a fucking dick. Trying to start up shit. And I'm sure he's the same person who left a comment on that video a few months, well, probably a few weeks ago, actually. And I left him a comment, and I thought, no, fuck it. And I deleted my comment, and I deleted these. He can't turn around and say, oh, well, every place he goes to, he's breaking the law because he's got not permission. Haven't I? Well, you're fucking wrong. I've got permission to go to several places, which I do occasionally go to, but I'm looking for other places where I can get permission from. Like, I'm looking for some farmland, but the farmland here is like, you're talking about 15, 20 miles away. So, now I've got a bike, I might be able to go to the farms and ask if I can dig there and get permission there. So then you can't turn around and say, oh, does that farmer know that you're fucking digging up the holes in these, on his farm? Well, he's going to know, isn't he? If he's going to give me permission, I'm going to fucking, I've got documentation where people sign an agreement, right? So if I went to a location, I said, look, can I get permission to, milk detect your land? And he says, yeah. What we do is that we sign an agreement that I would cover everything up, all the holes I dig, I'll cover up, put it back as best as I can, and any finds that I find, especially the more interesting and possibly valuable ones, we would look at them and come to some kind of arrangement who would take what, or if there's just one thing there and he wanted it and I wanted it, we'd put it in auction if it was worth a lot of money, and then we split the proceeds. Fucking people like this really piss me off. He just don't know fucking shit, mate. It's like for him fucking splatting his mouth off. Well, I do have permission, okay? I have permission. I don't go there anymore because it is a park, like you say, yeah. But because it's local, I wanted to test the milk detector out before I started milk detecting properly. And when I saw the guy, I said, hey, mate, are you the warden of the area? He goes, well, yeah, I look after, the ground. I do all like, you know, the weeding and like, you know, the trimming and stuff like that. I said, look, I've just bought this milk detector. I'm just wondering if it's okay if I give it a little spin around here, because like, you know, I don't want to be like buying something if I don't like it or if it ain't working, you know, to my interests, you know, because I might have to send it back and get a different one. But if it's okay with you, can I just like give it a quick go? Yeah, no problem. You know, just make sure your cover holes up. Yeah, no problem. And every time I go out milk detecting, I always cover my holes up. Like I said on my videos, I always say, guys, make sure you cover your holes up. Now, let's say, yeah, if you go to anyone's video who does milk detecting, right, yeah, anyone's videos, how do you know that they're not covering up their holes? Because some milk detectors don't do it, and it gives, you know, the rest of them a bad name, you know. That's why I say, you know, please cover your holes up, you know, don't fuck it up for the rest of the people who wants to milk detect. Now, if you're gonna, you know, if you're a milk detector yourself, you should know the rules. You know, always clear up the mess, cover up the holes as best you can. If you dug up grass, put the grass on top and stamp it down. Now, just try to put it back as the way you got it. You're not going to get it back perfectly, but you are going to try to get it back as best as you can, as long as no one's going to come along and trip over and break their fucking neck. Now, the thing is, right, a lot of people, or a lot of our landowners, state, well, you know, you're digging a hole, you know, but what about all the creatures out there? Foxes, you know, rabbits, hares, you know, and all those other things out there that run around on common land, public land, you know, parks, forests, woodlands, whatever, and they fucking dig up holes. You know, we can't tell them to fucking cover the holes up. How do you know that, you know, that hole was even made by a milk detector? You can't. The only way, well, there is a way you can tell if someone has actually dug a hole and covered it up. Because anyone that dug a hole and it's like, you can see that the earth has actually been kind of disturbed, then yeah, that's possibly is a metal detector. And he's done, you know, the best thing to try and cover those holes up. But I've been to places where, you know, you could see that someone's been there metal detecting before me, and they've not covered their holes up. And it ain't a fucking fox or a hare or a rabbit or, you know, a porcupine or some other fucking animal that's dug the holes. You can actually tell the difference between the dug hole from like an animal and a dug hole by a human being. You get to know those after a certain time, yeah. And yeah, you know, as I say, not a lot, but you know, there's a good portion of people who do milk detecting and they don't give a fuck. They're out there looking for the gold, the silver, you know. They don't cover their holes up. But when I do mine, I go out, I try to enjoy myself, keep away from all the bullshit that's on here, and I just take a day out, see if I can find anything of interest. If I do, I bring it home, but I always make sure I cover my holes up. And as to say, again, I always state that on my videos when I'm doing the milk detecting, please cover the holes up. Now, I don't know if I said it on that video, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to be checking that video out to see if I did say it. Now, he's probably just picked one video at random, a park. Wow. Now, actually, hang on, a park. So, what is the difference about metal detecting in the park? Yeah, okay, you've got kids playing around in the park. There may be swings there. You know, there might be like table tennis and football pitches and shit like that there, yeah? So what? As long as you're digging a hole and you're putting that dirt back in the hole and putting it back as best you can, people ain't going to worry about it. Especially if you're not digging around where all the people are. You know, if you're on the outskirts, which I was on the outskirts, right on the end of the boundary, no one's going to worry about that. But I'll tell you what, ring up Watford. Look on Google, look at Watford, all right? You need a permit to milk detect down at Watford, yeah? Which is only £10 for a year. Now, you've got to go to, the council don't actually do it, but the council's given a sports club the permission to sell the permits, all right? I know this because I've already rang them up. I rang them up last year, actually, because I was going to get the permit last year. I was going to get one this year, but I can't because, one, I don't have the money. And if I did get the permit, I'd have to go all the way down to fucking Watford, which would cost me probably about 15 quid there and 15 quid back, kind of thing. But at least that permit would last me the whole year. And guess what? At Watford, you can do milk detecting everywhere. Parks, commons, woodlands, sports grounds, everywhere. Because you paid for your permit. So as long as you've got a permit, can't do fuck all. Now, there are places around here you can't milk detect, agree. But hey, as I say, always ask before I dig. And there are places on there I can dig. I can go with permission where I don't need to have a permit. Well, I've spoken to the people who actually own the land. But there are places I'm not allowed to dig. And I'm not going to tell you where they are. And I'm not even going to tell you where the fucking place I'd go to, because every time I go out now, I don't tell anyone where I am. Because the fucking twats like you trying to stir shit up and trying to report me. Oh, well, Steve went to so-and-so today and he milk detect. I wonder if like the council knows he's done that, or, the person who owns that property, do they know? Well, I don't give out that details anymore. So I could be in one of a million places. What are you going to do? Ring every fucking place in the United Kingdom. It's going to cost you a hell of a lot on phone calls, mate. Because I don't tell anyone where I go milk detecting anymore. I'm even keep my mouth shut on where I go magnet fishing. Because of fucking twats like you. So anyway, looks like I'm going to have to delete this video because of these fucking arseholes. But I will do a video tomorrow explaining some of this. And I'll say this twat fucking troll Phil was like, leaving comments, saying that, hey, you ain't supposed to be digging in the park. Who are you to tell who can and can't dig in the fucking park? You don't own that park. You don't even live around this fucking area. I don't even know where you fucking live, actually. I don't give a shit where you live. Live in the sewers for I care. But twats like you, really piss me off. I don't know. Well, I'm going. Drink my coffee. Get some rest. I'm going to go out tomorrow on my bike. See if I can go scavenging. What, you're going to ring up the police so I'm going scavenging or something now, are you? Oh, Stu's going to go around looking in people's gardens. Well, you don't look in someone's garden, as long as you're not in the garden, but you can look over into the garden. There's no law against that. There's no law that you can actually go around and take stuff out of people's gardens without, getting permission. Now, if you go into someone's garden without permission, then yeah, you can be arrested for trespassing and possibly theft as well. But I don't do that. If I see a cable and it's like on the curb outside the garden, then I cut it. If I find a little box with some bits and pieces in it, like, remote control or something, and it's at the garden and it's on the curb, I take it because it's free. And the good thing is with that, it's not going in the landfill. So I'm actually saving the environment now. And, even like industrial estates, you know, I'll go in there and I'll have a little walk around. Now I can actually ride around, but no, I'll have a walk around, and if someone says, "Here, mate, what are you doing?" I'll usually just go up there and just say, "I'm just seeing if there's anyone that's throwing some like scrap metal or scrap cables around, you know, and I just wonder if I can get them." I'll ask if he's got any, and he says no. I say, "Well, you know, I'm just gonna ask, you know, the other units and see if they got any. If not, I'll leave straight away." But if it's, you know, security, then, you know, a lot of the industrial estates around my way don't have security. You know, it's just like the industrial estates have to like CCTV and like, you know, the managers. And what I normally do is I just go up and knock on the door, or if like they got those shutters and someone's like, you know, doing something, I'll just walk up to them and say, "Yeah, mate, you know, have you got any scrap cables that you know you don't want, or any scrap copper or whatever?" And if he says yeah, I'll ask permission to take it. If he says no, I'll just move on to the next one. If security's there and I ask them and they say, "Well, you prefer not to go in and ask," fair enough. I'll just say, "Okay, fair enough, mate," and I'll walk off and go somewhere else. Fuck off, fly. So anyway, I ain't worried about these dickweeds. Right, catch you later, Ian. Yeah, I'll have to delete this one. Fucking dicks. So people like this really piss me off, and I have to keep fucking deleting my videos because these fucking little twats. Right, catch you later. Fucking